Okay, we're just about to do a little walk. We did get our holster in and our nylon scuba gear nylon belt. I've probably got about a 33, 34 inch waist or so. So whatever you get, make sure you get about 4 inches more than whatever your actual waist is. This belt that I got is a 36 to 40. I thought it was going to be too big, but it's right in the wheelhouse. So in any case, we're just about to go on this walk. We did get this holster and the belt in. The belt is very rigid. If you take a leather belt and you can move it like that. With this, you can't move it. It's very rigid. The holster is very conforming, very tight to the body. It doesn't, when you have your gun in it doesn't move that way and it doesn't move this way. You know what I'm saying? It's like no other feeling that I've ever felt with a holster. You know what I'm saying? As you know, I can't wear inside the waistband holsters. I have to get an O outside the waistband. And I'm very, very happy with this holster so far. The screws are very short. They will loosen up. They did already loosen up a little bit, so I had to retighten them. So you do want to use a thread lock on all three of them, even your tensioner, that keeps how much tension you want on the gun to when you pull it out, if you want it tighter or not so tight. And then there's a little click sound when you put it in. It's caused by there's an indentation that goes in the eject opening, and when it slides in, I'm gonna let you hear it. When it slides in, that clicks. So it's kind of nice. I do have it on me right now, and it's perfect. To be honest with you, even the way I have it set up is where it prints the least amount. Even with just a t-shirt on, there's very little printing. So in some states you can carry a concealed weapon. Some states recognize your concealed permit from Nevada, but some don't. But Utah, for example, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Arizona, Texas, all of these states you can carry a concealed weapon provided you're not a felon. In the state of Nevada, you can open carry. Colorado, you can open carry. Oregon, you can open carry. Just trying to think some of the other places that are close. Oh, New Mexico, you can open carry. These are all states that I do visit from time to time. So South Dakota, you can conceal carry. I believe, I'll check the statistics on North Dakota. I believe you can open carry there, but in South Dakota you can conceal carry without a permit. But in Oklahoma you can conceal carry without a permit. So California is one of the states you can't carry at all. You have to keep your gun unloaded and locked in the trunk. If you don't have a trunk in your vehicle, which I don't in my Jeep, it has to be unloaded and in the back seat of the vehicle in plain sight. If you don't have a back seat, then if you have a truck with just a single cab, you'd have to be on the passenger seat in plain sight, unloaded, and the ammunition and the clips have to be separately stored from the weapon. They can't be right next to it, so you'll have to put them somewhere else. But in any case, we're gonna get going on this trip, this walk with the dogs, and maybe we'll do a short video. We'll show you the holster and the belt. It's like nothing I've ever seen in my life, man. It's unbelievable, night and day. I've got this weapon on right now, and it's staying right. It's not flopping around in any direction. It's tight to my body. I could have a t-shirt on right now, and covering it, and you wouldn't even know that it's there. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Certainly the t-shirt does get hooked up on it sometimes, but as long as you're aware of that, you could conceivably carry a weapon, carry this weapon with an outside the waistband holster like I got, concealed, and no one would even know it's there. But in any case, very, very impressed with the product. We the people. It's a Falcon buckleless belt. It's hook and loop connector, and as long as you keep that hook and loop clean, you know, don't let dog fur get in it, don't let lint get in it, it'll grip tightly for a very long time. This belt will definitely last you your whole life. You'll hand it down to your kids. But in any case, very impressed with it. I love it. I've got it on right now. I mean, with my Galco leather holster, leather belt, it's constantly moving. You're constantly adjusting it with your elbow, pushing it this way, pushing it that way. But this one, now I haven't used thread lock on the bolts, on the little nuts yet. I will say one thing, the nuts are very small. So once they loosen, you got to get down there and tighten them before you lose them, which is not a big deal. You just pull it off, just your standard small little tiny screwdriver. Not tiny, but it's a Phillips head, but I only had a standard screwdriver with me at the time. So I was adjusting them with that, a small 1/8 inch paddle on the end of that standard screwdriver. But anyways, very happy with the product. Maybe like I said, I'll probably do a short video showing you. I did clean my weapon, my Walther PPK. I did clean the ramp where the bullets go into the chamber. I cleaned that very nicely, put a little bit of lubrication on that area, cleaned the magazine really well. I put a little bit of oil on the tips of the first 4 bullets that come out of the magazine. Not heavy. I'm just talking about just a light little coating of oil so that when they do come out of the magazine and slip into the chamber, they'll glide nice and smooth. The Walther PPK has been known to jam ammunition, so you want to do everything you can to avoid that situation, because if you do get in a firefight and your ammunition jams in your chamber, you won't be able to call, hey, time out, my ammunition jammed in my chamber, give me a minute to get it clear. But if you do exactly what I just said, use quality ammunition for one thing. 2, keep that ramp nice and clean and lubricated, not heavy, just a light little film of lubrication across it. And then do your tips of your bullets also, the first 4 in your magazine. If you want to do all of them, go ahead, but if you do the first 4, you're going to be right there. If you need to fire 5 rounds, more than 5 rounds, number one, as the bullets come out, they're going to re-lubricate that surface and you're going to be fine. Anyway, a couple of little tricks of the trade to help the Walther PPK be a stable gun, a quality weapon in the field of real life, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to shut this down. We don't want this thing. I did clean my bullet bike yesterday, 2 days ago, real good. I did check the inflation on the tires, so we're going to be taking that baby for a ride, and you are going to be coming with us. We're going to probably do the Lake Mead Boulder Run, stop at Jack's, have a shot and a beer. Just a beer. I always say shot and a beer, but I don't drink liquor too often. But anyways, we're going to get going. These dogs are out there saying, who the hell are you talking to, Dad? Oh man, it's so sweet. This is so conforming. Even if I just put a t-shirt on, I'm going to be styling and profiling. You won't know. With a t-shirt, yes it does. Oh, I did, instead of the pistol being straight up and down, I did lean the pistol over a little bit in the holster. You can adjust it. There's like 6 different settings or something like that. And you can, okay, calm down. Calm down. But I leaned it forward ever so slightly, and that allows you for it to print way, it will print way less with just a t-shirt on. Okay, slow. Slow. Man. I just put my hood on, man. It's freaking cold. Dude, it's cold out here. We're gonna do the little bit longer walk to make up for the day that we missed. We did a longer walk yesterday. We're gonna do that same one today. Yeah, the holster is just a plastic material, but it's very slim trim. It conforms perfectly to whatever weapon you have. You know what I'm saying? They make them for all weapons. And it slips right in there. And it requires a bit of a pull to yank out of the holster. And you can adjust that. You can have less or more. You know, I ride motorcycles, so certainly, you know, I want that to be a little bit more so it doesn't flip out when you're riding your motorcycle. So my adjustment on that will be a little bit tighter than your average person per se. Oh man, it's so sweet. Outside the waistband, no unnecessary pressure on any veins or arteries in your hip, which can cause blood to not reach a certain muscle per se, and then you have a little bit of pain, so that's not going to be an issue. Yeah, did a small little boxing workout today. I've got a little, maybe it's the cold, you know, a little bit of issue with my left hand. You know, I do have issues with that hand, and because it's cold, maybe that's flaring up, so we can't really hit with the left hand too hard right now. I mean, you don't want to. I mean, if you feel pain in your hand, don't you know, antagonize it by hitting hard. Just do light taps with the hand until it feels better. You know what I'm saying? My right hand, no problem. You can throw the right hook with good power. It's great. Good power right hook. Right, left. Oh, that's right. They're saying, wait a minute, Dad. You cut us short 2 days ago. No, we got to do the long run. Slow. Now you guys are looking. I would say it's probably 55. That's pretty cold, guys. It's cold out here. And that's the valley floor. Let's say you want to go mountain biking up there in the foothills of the Spring Mountains. That's going to be 8 degrees cooler. So you'll be in the 40s. That's too cold to comfortably enjoy yourself for anybody. Yeah, I pulled up I wanted to refresh my memory with the states. There's actually going to be some gun law changes starting the first of the year and slow down or you're gonna get a boot. There's going to be some gun law changes in some of the states across the United States, so it's going to be interesting. We'll definitely refresh our knowledge on what's going to change. Keep informed. When this weather warms up, man, chases me. Hey, watch your head. There's a nasty dog right there too. See this truck right here? They bought that truck when I bought my Raptor 2014. And that thing is just trashed from being parked in the hot sun. A couple of scratches on it too from vandals, you know what I'm saying? There's a scratch on the rear tailgate that's been there for quite some time. We're gonna turn left here. But I look at that truck and obviously I sold my Raptor about 3 years ago. And but when I sold it, it was in perfect condition, essentially, because I keep it garaged. You can see that truck, the paint is burnt off of it. You know, I would never keep my vehicle in the hot sun. If I had family heirlooms inside of my garage, taking up a garage space, treasured family stuff, I'd have to throw it away, because your vehicle has to be parked inside of a garage 24 hours, 7 days a week, unless you're using it. Okay, ready? Right. I mean, every time I see that truck, it's like, wow. That's what happens when you park it outside. That truck is parked right there all the time, unless they're using it. Yeah, that's when I had my 2014 Raptor. Of course, I sold it in 21. It started getting old and antiquated. And when I look at them today, they are very old and obsolete. So I'm very glad that I sold it. I got a very good price for it. It was a very good sale. Great shape. Truck had great, just like my Jeep, very well taken care of. Low mileage. However, there was a 16-year-old girl that kind of sideswiped me on the freeway, and there was some of that damage on there, but that was very minimal. Left. Very minimal damage. You know, the running board was bent up. Just trying to think, there were some scratches on the side, rear quarter panel and shit like that, driver's side. Nothing serious. Yeah, 16-year-old girl, new driver. You know, I made an abrupt, high accelerating pass. I turned out of my lane to take that lane to pass someone, and I did it quickly and accelerated quickly. She looked, and then she didn't look again, and then she came over and smashed into, you know, crushed into the side of my truck. It's my word against hers. Took the highway patrol forever to get there. Her father arrived way ahead of the I should have had the camera inside the cab then, but it would have showed that she was at fault. So but her father showed up and coached her what to say and shit. You know, I should have put my recorder on my phone, walked out and said, man, what happened? How come didn't you see me in that lane passing? And she would have said, oh yeah, I was passing, and this wall is leaning over too. I was passing and I looked and it was open, and then I went to change lanes, and oh my God, you were there. I'm sorry. That's what she would have said. It's my fault. But her father coached her. Either way, you know, my insurance, I never fixed it. I sold it like that. My insurance company had checked for, I can't remember how much it was, $6 grand or something like that. Less my deductible, you know what I'm saying? So, took the money, put it in my bank. When I sold the truck, it was all dirty. So you couldn't see any of the scratches on the paint, but you could only see the running board was dented upwards a little bit, and one of the wheel well flares was scratched a little bit. That's the only things that you could see clearly. Everything else was kind of covered by dirt. And they bought it. They chewed me down about 300 or some bullshit thing, 500, I can't remember what it was. And I said, fuck it, take it, do it, man. So we did it. It was a good sale. Now, I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again, you know, and this is not a knock against the Mexican community. I'm just saying, when you see the Mexicans start driving your truck, you know it's time to sell it. They just love getting a bargain. That's a good indicator right there to, okay, it's time to sell. And I was seeing a lot of Mexicans driving the 2014 Raptor back in 2021, so I said, okay. But anyways, we sold it. You know, I thought I would have my last Jeep forever. And here we ended up selling that too. Now that Jeep, they gave me a pretty good price. I got $2,000 worth of parts off of it. A Prodigy brake controller. A Thule, not Thule, it's a Tough Stuff Overland awning. Took that off. I'm gonna sell. I got all this stuff for sale. I gotta sell the Prodigy too, the Prodigy brake controller. But I got the Yakima 2-bike carrier. I got the metal plate out because you gotta have that plate for them to install that on the new one. So we got that for sale. I paid $100 for it. We're gonna sell it for $200. Awning, that's about $225, I think. I'm selling it for about $225. Easy. Hey, quit pulling. Is this? Oh, it's confetti. I thought it was broken glass. And this family's got. It's from New Year's party last night. This family's got Huskies too. I mean, you're not gonna have broken glass all over here. They must have had a confetti popper. Confetti all over the place at midnight. Slow. Slow. This walk right here will definitely get us all caught up. Yeah, the belly band holster, not the way to go. It's very comfortable, but it's extremely hot. You sweat with it on. You certainly cannot wear it here 10 months out of the year. Your only shot with that is in December and January, probably, per se. And even then, during the day, when I do this walk, you'd be kind of sweaty with it. These boys love this shit, man. Oh, boys. She's pretty much, the female, pretty much back to her 100%. You know that because she picks fights with the male now. So you know she's back. She just recently started, well, a month ago, started picking fights like she used to back in the day. Now, the male grew up with her and everything, so he's very lackadaisical. He doesn't push the issue. Glass. Yeah, see, I'm telling you guys, it's freaking cold out here. Yeah, I know you guys back east in Boston, New York City, Minnesota, Michigan are telling me, shut the hell up. Go pee-pee, girl. Good girl. She go pee-pee. Go pee-pee. Go pee-pee. There she goes, pee-pee. Good girl. You gotta slow down a little bit for her, give her a shot. Good girl. She go pee-pee. Yeah, we're going to pick up that piece of plywood from Home Depot. We do want to have that ready, that system, a T-rack, being able to carry the dirt bike and 2 mountain bikes. Uh-oh. Slow, slow. Slow, 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 slow. Slow, slow. Slow, quit pulling. Slow. What is it with the pole? Slow, slow. Stop. Stop. Morning. I figured you guys want to hit the trail. I figured you wanted to hit the trail.
Thank you.
All right, see ya. Come on, let's go. You got to slow down, though, buddy. I'm not a machine. Man. Hey, watch yourself. Jesus. Boy, this dog, male dog, because of the one eye, he is accident prone. That one eye on one side of your head gives you a pretty big disadvantage. There's a serious blind spot on the other side of you, being a dog. On the other side of your snout, shall we say. I think we better break left here, just in case there's a dog out here in the general public. Oh, a nice 4-car garage area here, because they're on the corner here. How you doing? Yeah, they're out having fun today. Haha, yeah. Oh, friendly dogs, good family dogs too. Good for kids, you know what I mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, that sport bike there, it does have an extremely low front tire. I couldn't see the back because there was leaves piled up around it, but the front tire was extremely low. Not flat, but you could see that it was extremely low. I don't know if you noticed, but the people on Instagram and shit that do wheelies, they deflate their tires quite a bit when they do that kind of stuff. And the front tire too, when they do front wheelies. You can see the tire is flatter. Pretty close, probably 10, 12 PSI in those tires or something. You know, when they're doing the wheelies. Stop! Good girl, good girl. You know, you got these, you know, girls that are popping wheelies and shit. It's like, son of a gun. But that's their livelihood, man. All they do is sit out there. And you see a lot of them too, where they mess up and, you know, hey. Ooh. Ooh, somebody had a good time here. There's some condoms there. Tiny condoms, I might add. About thumb size for me. No, I'm saying that's how big they were, dude. I'm just calling it like I see it, guys. That dude's got a small pecker. But anyways, that's another story for another day, gentlemen. There were some condoms on the ground back there, guys. That's somebody obviously parked there and had a little bit of fun and discarded their condoms outside the window-ish, if you know what I mean, gentlemen. No, stay over here. Good boys, good boys. You see all these people, quite a few people doing these little, not quite a few, building these little, well, that one right there behind us where you hear the skill saw, that looks like maybe a guest house, small mother-in-law type, you know, guest house type deal. That's what it looked like to me. But you got another dude who's building another one. It can't be much more than, I would say, this might be too much size. 8 by 12, probably more like 6 by 10, right? And this motherfucking thing is like 16 feet high, maybe. So, yeah, I don't get that one. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do with that. It looks goofy. When he's all done with that, he's gonna stand back and look at that and say, man, this is a fuck up. I mean, it's pretty much good for nothing. But anyways, it be what she be, guys. It be what she be. Oh, it be who she be. Boy, it's gonna be kind of fun building that deck for the T-Rack. It's gonna be kind of fun. But like I said, I don't know if the T-Rack's gonna be able to support all that weight. I'm sure it can, but I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know if you want to exceed 600 pounds of down weight. You know, maybe 650. I don't think you want to exceed that. And you will. I believe it'll be close to 700 pounds. That may be too much. Like I said, you may want to consider getting the roof rack and putting the fuel cells and the generator on the roof. It's a very distinct possibility. But keep in mind, that also will knock your gas mileage down. So it'll make it that much less aerodynamic. The Jeep, as you know, is not an aerodynamic friendly vehicle as it is, especially when you have that much lift and the way it's built, you know, like a box But gentlemen, we got what we got. So we'll see what happens, you know, when we start building, when I start doing the design work on this thing. I do need to take measurements of this. I'm going to draw up a schematic upstairs, and you know, I've already got some pretty good ideas of what has to be done. So getting a pretty good idea of how you're going to turn that into something. I mean, you'll never have to worry about this bar bending or anything bullshit like that. What you're going to have to worry about is where this connects, where this slides into the receptacle. You know, is that receptacle strong enough to hold, without bending, X number of pounds? You know what I'm saying? Now, this rack here is designed for 2 dirt bikes. That can be 550 pounds easy. So I believe this thing is rated for like 2 dirt bikes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Dirt bikes weigh about 250 each, 270, depending on what size you get, of course. So it's going to be a fun thing to do, and it's going to look great on the Jeep, and it's going to be a great way to, I believe my first trip to Idaho will be Montana, British Columbia, will be just with the dirt bikes, the dirt bike and the 2 mountain bikes. So, and the only reason I would need the trailer is if I take the street bike. So, or if I use the electric car. That would be the only reason why you would need the small trailer. That's the way we're going to design it. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut you down. We might pull up a small video here showing you the holster.